Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. And I'm really looking forward to putting some makeup on today because I haven't worn makeup for about 3 or 4 days. So I thought, you know what, I fancy putting some light makeup on. So I got my Light Wonder out, she says. There it is. I've got everything out, and I thought, okay, it'll be Charlotte Tilbury foundation, but instead of using Charlotte Tilbury makeup today. Hello, Bushra. Hello. Instead of using Charlotte Tilbury makeup, eye makeup, hello, I'm going to use some Pat McGrath on my eyes and some Natasha Denona on my cheeks. Hello, Sharon. Hello. Let's say hello to everyone. Hello, Helena. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Bushra. Lovely to see you all. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Fiona. All the Ali Pallies are joining me. Hello, Nicole Lombardo. Hello, hello, hello. Everyone's coming, yeah. It's a lovely little club. The Ali M's Beauty Club, the Ali Pally Club. Hello, Stacey. Hello. Hello, everyone. So lovely to see you all. And you probably noticed I've been putting out a few more videos. I've suddenly got the urge to splurge on videos. And now, hello Tria, my microdermabrasion tool has arrived, but I'm not going to show you that now. I'm going to do a whole video on it, obviously. Try it this evening. Hello Terry. And I've also got another new product, which I'm not going to show you now because I want to do a first impression, and it's by Benefit. And Benefit have just brought out a brow, you know, Benefit and Brows. They bring out all sorts of brow products, but they have just brought out the one that's got the kind of 3 prongs that does the little hairs. And so I thought, oh, it literally came out the day I bought it. And I don't normally get in that quickly. I'm normally about 5 days behind you all for new releases. So I thought I'll get that and do a first impression. So that's coming up too. I'm going to be very busy with videos. And but today I'm just going to enjoy chatting to you and putting my face on. So is there anyone I haven't said hello to? No, I think I've said hello to everyone. So, but I will repeat it. Hello to Terry. Hello to Tria. Hello, Stacey. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Fiona. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Helena. Hello, Bushra. Now, those of you that are waiting on silk masks, I know Bushra's one of them, and I explained. I did a couple and I wasn't happy with them because I am a bit of a perfectionist. And with the silk masks, I want to get them right. They're very fiddly because silk is not easy to work with. So I made a couple and thought, no, I'll keep those. I'm not selling those. I'm not happy with them. I was kind of looking and being very self-critical. So I've done another batch now. You're loving your Ali masks. Oh, lovely. Would I consider shipping the silk mask to Germany? Of course I will, Tria. Yes. I'm going to be charging postage and package. So depending what kind of postage, if you don't mind paying for the postage, I'll ship anywhere you want me to ship. Everyone wants silk ones. That's why I want to perfect my art on the silk ones, because the silk ones take about 4 times the amount of time to make. So that's why I'm charging extra for them, because it's not just the material, which is also about 4 times the cost. But you, like the side pieces, they just do not work in the machine. I do them by hand. And it's just really fiddly getting the pleats into place and getting them to stay in place. So they kind of slide around, and then I look at them when I finished and think, no, that one's going, that one's going. So my sister and I are going to be wearing lots of reject silk masks. Hello, Maria. Nice of you to join me. So I'm going to put on some, I thought I'd put on some Light Wonder foundation today, because I am looking glowy even before I think I used my microdermabrasion. I just fancy putting something light on. You have to shake this well. I'm just looking at what brush I want to use. You know what? I might try this one. I know this is for a full coverage foundation, but this is the Huda one. I wonder. It's like a sculpting one. Or shall I use... No, that one needs a clean. Let me use Charlotte's one, a Hollywood one. Right, that should be nice and shaken up. If you don't shake it well enough, it comes out all watery. So I'm using Light Wonder in shade 8. I used to mix 6 and 8, but actually I find 8's fine for me now. I've put on my sunscreen and my skincare, and I used that cream last night, overnight, that Bioderma one for pigmentation. Of course, I'm not expecting to see any major results, but it felt nice on the skin. It's like a gel-like quality. I think this is a lovely foundation. It's kind of, I like to remind myself of things. It's not going to give me the coverage around my cheeks that I like, but I can do that with a bit of concealer. I saw that you were using the Ultra Sun. Have you tried the Ultra Sun tinted? Yes, it is the tinted one that I use. This one, tinted honey one. I tell you what, I do have the original one, but that one does give you a bit of a white cast, whereas the honey one is the one that I use every day. Yeah. Great for our skin tone and any sort of light to medium, but if you're very fair, I worry that the honey might make you look a bit orange. Yeah, I think I like the La Roche-Posay one as well, but it kind of doesn't sink into the skin. I find that when I put this on, it sinks in immediately and you don't get that tacky feeling, so you can apply makeup really well over it. And so I tend to go back to that one, and they've got different types, by the way. This one is the moisturizing, anti-aging and anti-pigmentation, but they do another one that's anti-aging and not anti-pigmentation, and they do all sorts of different types. So if you don't need the anti-pigmentation one, you might want to go for the anti-aging one. And they do them all in tinted and untinted. I'd definitely go for the tinted if you're not too fair, because otherwise you just end up with a bit of a white cast. But it does immediately sink in, and it just great to put under makeup. So yes, your shopping list in the UK is getting long, isn't it, Rebecca? Loving the Walk of No Shame blush, and I got the quad. Ah, I thought you might. Do you know what? I've now moved all of my Walk of No Shame, because obviously I've got a Pillow Talk box. You're getting the Ultra Sun tinted one then? Yes. I'm sorry, I think I got you to get the La Roche-Posay one, didn't I, when it first came out? But I just think I tend to lean more towards this. There's nothing wrong with the La Roche-Posay. It's just, it doesn't sink in quite as well as this one. Do you want me to show you? Let me just show you the kind of, the colour of it. But don't forget, you blend it out. So you'll see what I mean about if you're very fair, it might not be very good for you. Now, the lady that goes on to QVC to demonstrate this, you must tune in and watch her one day, because what she's done is she works for Ultra Sun, and she's been working for them for years. And what she has done, all in the name of science, is that every day she applies the anti-pigmentation sunscreen to one hand and leaves the other one. And she's done that apparently for a couple of years. And when she holds up her hands, you can really see one side has got sunspots all over it and the other side hasn't got anything. It's really amazing, the fact that she's actually volunteered to do that and not put it on the other hand. And she holds up her hands and says, look at my hands. So it does have some kind of effect. Now, what was I saying? I was saying something. Oh yes, the walk of shame, walk of no shame. I basically decided I was going to put all my walk of no shame products in this lovely bag so that they're all together, because there's now a kind of walk of no shame collection, isn't there? Yeah, so Rebecca's got quite a shopping list, and you've got to go to Aldi as well, don't forget. Right, let me just do you know what I did? I pre-opened my Magic Aways before I came on, because they're just getting impossible to open. Really impossible. I'm just getting fed up of the design of these. Let's put it... No, it's too fiddly. Concealer face. Now, I did get my Dark Star mascara out, but I was thinking maybe I'll put the Pillow Talk on. I haven't worn any eye makeup at all, any makeup, because I just... My eyes had got to a point where they were just constantly streaming. But that CeraVe eye cream is really nice. I'm loving it. And I want to try that one that Shahina, was it Shahina, recommended to me. Next. She said it's a little bit thicker. So I'm just going to just do this. It's just where my cheek peaks are. I want a bit of extra coverage and a little bit up there. That'll do. That'll do. Sorry about all the... They're still doing up next door. Got so used to it now. I think they're building a new house next door. It's an extension, but it's gone on for months, and I think literally they've broken down walls and everything. I think they basically, from the sound of it, they've broken down all the walls and just built a new house. The internal walls, and just left the shell. Yeah, I keep meaning to do that. I think I will. Does that make it easier to open as well? Right. And then I'm going to put on some Flawless Bronzer in shade 1. And I'm going to use, do you know what, I'm loving this brush at the moment. I got this out again. You know, I often get things out that I haven't used for a while, and then I just get obsessed with them all over again. And this is my Real Techniques powder brush. They are good, they're brushes. And this is shade 1 of the Flawless Bronzer. And it's so soft as well. I know this is probably a lazy way of powdering under your eyes, but it's so soft you can do that. Oh, that's good. Good morning, Robin. Hello, my Romana. Oh, we got some new people, Joe. Greetings from Malaysia. Hello, Malaysia. Makes me think of the Eurovision Song Contest when you say that. Good afternoon, Malaysia. You know when they do the points. Wyoming, nil point. We always get nil point these days. Right, I think that will do. So that's the Airbrush Flawless Bronzer in shade 1 used as a setting powder. And now I'm just going to use a bit of shade 3 as a bronzer. Ooh. See, that's what I love about these brushes. Even if you over apply, it blends it out like a dream. Just do my very pale chest as well. They are truly good. Ah, that's a good idea. So Bushra puts a bit of Vaseline around the top of a Magic Away to make it easier to open. They need to do something about the design though, don't they? Do you know what? While I'm doing blush, while I'm doing cheeks, I'm going to do the blush as well. I'm going to use this Natasha Denona Tutu and Golden Caribbean blush because it will go with what I'm doing. So this is a very pigmented one, so I have to be quite careful with this one and just dab some off before I apply. But with this powder brush, blush, the Real Techniques blush brush is even better for making sure you don't over apply your blush. And then I'm going to put some of this on, which is sort of a highlighter. It just gives a bit of a glow to the... It's not really a highlighter, it's more of a topper to the blush. Just gives it a bit of a glow, but not a glittery, make your pores look bigger glow. Exactly, yeah. So you rub it off every time you close the lid. I just think they need to sort out the design. Because sometimes I just give up. I think, do you know what? I'm not going to get a tea towel to help me grip it to pull it off. And I'm not going to clean out the lid. I'm just going to use something else. It's a shame because the actual product is really good, but it is very frustrating, the design. Right, now, I'm going to use the... What am I going to use? The Divine Rose palette, the first one today. And that's the one I have out. I thought all these new Pat McGrath palettes. So that's the palette. And you know I'm going to use that one because I just love it. In fact, I'm going to put that one on first because it always just cheers me up. And I just put this on with my fingers. I just love this shade so much. This is one of my all-time favourite eyeshadow shades. Just look at that. I love the way that it goes pink, gold. You could literally just go out the door like that, couldn't you? Hello, Omaima. Omaima Z. Hello. Thank you for joining me. Haven't seen you on here before. Welcome. Hello, Sunshine Emma. You're so tempted to buy another one in the sale. Pat McGrath palette. Which one do you want to buy? Oh, it's Mimi. Mimi, why do you keep doing this to me? You know I have a problem with names, right? Why do you keep changing your name? You're just confusing me. Now stop it. I think Mimi does it because she knows. It's like, I'll come on as somebody. Today, Matthew, I'm going to be... Just put Duchess with Pillow Talk, Jewel Lips on top. Looks beautiful. Oh! You put Duchess with Pillow Talk, Jewel Lips on top. Ooh, that sounds lovely, Stacey. Mimi, I've lost count of how many times you have. Yeah, she's just doing it to confuse me. Because I'm terrible with names. And always have been and always will be. But I'm getting worse with age. I definitely think I'm getting worse with age. That'll do. Right, I'm going to put... So that was Rose Venus. And I'm going to put Velouria in the socket because I like Velouria as well. I'm just going to put my favourite shades on. Oh, Lisa, don't trip over. So Lisa says she's trying... Hello, Lisa. She's trying to watch this while walking the dog without tripping over. And you can't keep up with the names either, Terry. Good. Well, it's not just me then. So please don't trip over with your dog. We don't want any reports of ambulances finding a lady with her dog lying on the ground watching Ali M's beauty. And I haven't added that to my disclaimer. You know, I say all opinions are my own, but I haven't put anything about I will not take responsibility for you watching this whilst walking the dog. So please don't sue me. Lisa's a risk taker. What you should do, Lisa, is you should get a phone holder. I bet you they do. I bet someone does this, right? Is a phone holder that you strap onto your dog. So you strap, there's like a belt and at the top there's a phone holder. So as you're walking, you can see your phone. I bet you someone's thought of that. Now my eyes have started to water again. And do I have anything to wipe them with? No. Excuse me a minute. I'm just going to just pat it with my finger. Please stop. So as soon as I go near my eyes with anything, they start. Right. Just put a little bit underneath. I'm not going to put too much underneath because if it starts watering, it's going to go anyway. Do you know what? I quite like that. And then a little bit of highlighter on the top with my fingers. And I don't want to mess about too much with my eyes in case they start off again. So I might leave it at that for a minute. Let my eyes calm down and I'll put some lipstick on. I'm trying my best, but knowing me, my hubby is a paramedic in the area and he'd have a fit. Right, Lisa's hubby, don't blame me. She's doing it at her own risk. I love the suggestions coming. So Terry's saying you and the dog could watch me together and then do the walk afterwards. I think that's a great idea. Sit in the park, watch me and your dog. So to Lisa's dog. Woof, woof. Woof, woof. Now, my other half's going to think, what's she doing in there? She's woofing now. The dog has a live coming soon. Yeah, I'll have to do a live Instagram with the dog. That would be very funny. Join Ali and Lisa's dog live on Instagram. Hello, Max. Woof, woof, Max. Woof, woof. Who's a good boy, Max? Who's a good boy? A dog choose it. Well, it's possible. Hello, yeah, Mimi, it's possible. He could choose my makeup. We get him to kind of point with his paw. I think we get him very silly now, but you never know. Nothing is too silly for me. That's what I say. Now, I want to put some lip products on. So I'm going to put this Pat McGrath. Oh, stop watering eye. Right. I'm not going to put mascara or anything near my eyes for a minute. I'm just going to wait for them to calm down. Now, I'm going to put this lip liner in Suburbia. Suburbia. I burnt my finger, by the way. That's my burn. Wasn't paying attention and went to take the lasagna out of the oven for Jack. And that was on the top of the oven. I put my hand in without an oven glove just to grab the side of the plastic, pincer it, and I heard it go tss. It's rather nice on its own, isn't it? Suburbia. In fact, I was going to put a lipstick over the top, but I might just put a lip gloss over the top because I quite like that. Let's put this Divine Rose lip gloss over the top. Divine Rose. Yep, that works. Right, let's do my brows. Yeah, ugly when healing. It's cooked skin, basically. I'm just trying to avoid my eyes for a minute, going around my eyes, because this one's starting to go now, look. And it's not any particular makeup I'm allergic to. It's just the minute I go near my eyes, it's like, no, you are not going to be a makeup YouTuber anymore. I have decided you're going to water every time you go near me. And, sorry, I'm a bit more stubborn than that. Right, I want some brow products, and I'm not going to use my new Benefit one because I want to show you that on a separate video. But where are my brow? Ah, here we are. My brow products. Let's use Precisely My Brow because I like using that one as well. Let's make sure that this is cleanish. I always clean my spoolie now. The brow product from Aldi, by the way, is very similar to this. It's almost identical. I don't like the kind of mascara wand one, but I do like their pencil, and it's very similar to Benefit's one. So I'll put out the brow one tomorrow, and I'm going to film my microdermabrasion in the next few days once I get to grips with using it. And at some point, after I've done a first impression, I'm also going to do a gadget facial. I'm going to use all the gadgets that I have and do a complete facial. So basically using my Foreo cleanser, then using the microdermabrasion, then going to bed, obviously not doing anything too much over it after that, and then using my Foreo UFO mask, and then finishing off with my Dennis Gross eye thing, UV light thingamajiggy, just as a fun kind of gadget makeover. I thought it was easier to get makeup in the US. Is this about your... It depends on what you're... I think some things... Wayne Goss is definitely easier. How am I getting on with my Magnetone blender brush? It's still working. It does tend to run out quickly. If I use it a couple of times, then I have to charge it up. Still no light coming on it. And by the way, I have not heard a thing from Magnetone, so they're not really interested in my feedback so far. I have to say I haven't checked in the last couple of days, so I will go and check. I don't like saying something and then finding out that they have responded. But I checked a couple of days ago and they hadn't got back to me. They got a copy of the video to have a chance to give their feedback, and I've had nothing. All I've had is a marketing email saying, why don't you go and buy one from Look Fantastic? No, thank you. Seeing as I got 2 faulty ones from Look Fantastic. And there's some really good reviews out there and no one else is mentioning a problem. And I can see it is a good device, but it doesn't work as it says it does in the instructions. And I am a bit annoyed with Magnetone because I thought that they would at least be bothered to give me some feedback. Or offer to swap the device or whatever. I'm not sending this back though. I don't care what they say. I'm not sending another one back. So yes, I've been using it and I do like it, but at the moment I've had it charging up and I need to clean the brush as well. It's got, by the way, it's got a cleaning thing on it. So if you press and hold it for 3 seconds, I haven't tried this yet, so hopefully that function works. You press and hold it for 3 seconds and it whizzes round. You put it on your hand and it whizzes round and it stops after 20 seconds. And then you rinse it and then you press and hold it again to dry it off. So that's good. Right, shall I dare to put some mascara on? I'll try. Because my eyes have calmed down a little bit now. Can I do using the I wanted to buy that for my mum. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were very impressed. The only thing I'll say is be very careful because I got 3 faulty products and I've just made do with the 3rd one, even though the light never comes on. So it is good in terms of blending. Now, the other thing was it was Julianne suggested that I used a Clarisonic. And I did actually go and have a look at Clarisonic because you know they've got a cleansing brush and it's got an attachment for applying your makeup. And apparently Tati swears by her Clarisonic blending brush. But big news, Clarisonic are shutting down in the middle of September and you're not going to be able to buy any of the brush heads anymore. So I was just about to buy one and then I realised that half of them had sold out. So there were only certain ones left and all the others had gone. And then you got people making lots of money on eBay trying to sell them at double the price. I thought, I'm not going to buy a device if you can't buy the replacement brushes anymore. So that was a shame. Anyway, so pillow talk. I'm not going to tight line with this. Right, I'm just going to, I can actually do a follow-up, can't I, on my wear test later on. Let's put this on and then I'll do a follow-up non-live, and I'm not going to tight line with it. I'm just trying to be very gentle, not to go near the end of my eyes, and bearing in mind that my lashes are now wet. So basically the flat side has got all the stuff on it, and you do that, and then you use it, then you turn it round and you use it a bit like one of those battery operated eyelash curlers, and then just sort of hold it there as though you're using a heated eyelash curler, and then feel the lashes stretching up. Kind of got the hang of using this. Now this might start looking a bit clumpy because these lashes are wet. Not too bad. Yeah, it was, well, mine was quite bad, but I thought it was because I tight lined. That's why I wanted to test it and see, because I'm quite happy not to tight line with it if it's going to prevent that happening. I think if it's not waterproof, which it's not, it's humidity proof, if you tight line with this, then it is going to smudge, because really if you tight line with anything, it needs to be a little bit waterproof. So again, just explaining, if you tight line with it, I'm not going to do it. The idea is that you let the end hit your upper waterline and kind of press it against there, and it will put some of the black mascara onto the upper waterline. So it's a bit like using a black eyeliner pencil, but instead you're using the mascara. And Charlotte was saying that you could use it for that. And I've done that the first couple of days that I tried it, and that's what I want to test now, is if I don't do that, does it still smudge? Is it just the tight lining that is basically transferring down and then smudging underneath? Or is it the mascara? So that's why I'm being very careful not to go anywhere near my upper waterline with it this time. I do like the way that it curls, and it does tend to keep the curl. I'm being a bit cautious with it at the moment. I can normally get a lot better results out of it. But so you see the way I've twisted and I've held it there till it sort of almost starts to dry, and then I pull up the lashes. I use the brush as though it's one of those heated eyelash curlers and twist it like that. See? Let me just zoom in again. So you put the flat side onto the lash. That's got the product, and then turn it and then pull up. So you're pushing them up. Okay, that'll do. Now you can do this with any mascara, but get into the side. Now the only thing I will say about the travel one, the only thing about the travel one is the brush is still about the same size. So it's different to the sample ones where the brush is actually a lot smaller. It's still quite, I think it might be the same size as the full size one. It's just that the tube is smaller. So it's not quite as good as I'd hoped, because normally the travel size has got a smaller brush. So there we go. So I'm going to do a follow-up later and let you know whether or not that smudges underneath, because I've been very careful not to go near my upper waterline. Yeah. When it hits the upper lid. Do you know, I'm yet to find, I always get a mascara with such big hopes, and they always let me down. I always want to, the only one, as I said, I keep going on about, was Upward Lash. I loved it. It didn't smudge on me. It lifted my lashes. And I used it for years, and they stopped selling it. And then they had the audacity to say because it didn't sell very well. And the reason it didn't sell very well is they didn't market it ever. They were always going on about multi-dimension lash and all the other ones, but they never actually marketed Upward Lash very well. And then it didn't sell, and so they stopped selling it. I was lucky that somebody told me in MAC before they stopped selling it, and I did get a couple. But Upward Lash was my all-time favourite. I did get a dupe from Sephora, and it was nearly as good, but it wasn't quite as good. But yeah, I've never really found one that I've gone, whoa, that really lifts my lashes, stays in place, doesn't smudge. This one, I do like the lifting on it. Definitely like the lifting, and it's, you know, a lot of mascaras lift your lashes and then an hour later they flattened again. This doesn't do that. It does keep them lifted, which is what I would say in its favour. But the only thing is it going to smudge? And we shall see. And you can see my eyes watering again. So, reasonable enough test. She hasn't really done a waterproof one, has she, Charlotte? Yeah, and hooded eyes always get in the way. Who's poked themselves in the eye before with a mascara wand? You. Yes, Terry. I think a lot of us have done that. I tell you what, I saw a terrible story about a woman who stupidly, I mean, this was a stupid thing to do. Anyway, she was parked up at traffic lights, putting a mascara on, and a car went into the back of her, and she ended up with the mascara wand in her eye. I mean, it just, when I saw that story, I just thought, it made me wince at the thought of it. But why on earth would you be putting your mascara on at the traffic lights? I sometimes put my brows on, but not when I'm driving. Always when I'm parked up. And when I say parked up, I don't mean just stationary with a car behind me at a traffic light. I mean in a car park. I've got a little brow wand and I do that. But I would never, ever, ever go anywhere near my eyes when I'm driving, even if I was stationary. I mean, it's just nuts. She was doing it she was driving a moving vehicle and putting her makeup on. That's crazy. Yeah, just do not apply mascara when you're driving or even at traffic lights, please. You like your By Terry mascara. Oh, so I suddenly saw Terry all the time, yeah. So lots of people poke themselves in the eye with their mascara. Yeah, do you know, I went through a phase of just buying drugstore. But I do actually, I want to love this. I want it not to smudge. And if that means not using it to a tight line, then that's what I'll do. Because otherwise, I like the lifting of it. And I like the wand. The wand is very good, and the way that it pulls the lashes up. You can feel them pulling up. So yeah, look at my eyes. Please stop watering. Right, I'm going to go. I hope you've enjoyed seeing me today. We're going to do a little bit of shopping and get Jack some stuff for school because he's starting school on Monday. They're all going back in different times, and he was so delighted that his year group were the last to go back. So they all start on different days. The school started this week, but his year 8, doesn't go back until Monday, and they've all got different entrances. And the sheet that talks about the procedures to follow is like homework in itself for poor Jack. He said, I don't really understand what on earth is going on. You got to queue in certain places and wait for the teacher to come and collect you. And if you need the toilet, there's only certain ones you can use. And you have to leave and enter by one particular entrance each year group. And the years are not allowed to mix. So yeah, it's he's got a lot to get his head round. Anyway, I will see you all next week, but do tune in. I will be coming out with my microdermabrasion video and also the Benefit new mascara. Let me see, I'll show you what it looks like. Not mascara, brow product. Let me see if I can reach it from my little in tray. She says. Here it is, the Brow Micro Filling Pen. So that's coming up, a first impression of that. So I will see you all shortly. Take care, have a lovely day, and I'll see you all soon. Take care, bye. Mwah. What about the silk mask? Yes, the silk mask, I'll be in touch, definitely, and I'll show you your finished one. All right, take care, love you.